It's Ashley
and Keith
from Richoux on Demand, and we wanted to take time and come on here and do a less edited video about a comment that we received on our assumptions video that I'll link in the cards, probably there or there. But we got a comment that we wanted to address on camera because we responded to the individual comment, but I wanted to make a video about it because I'm sure other people may have the same question,
possibly,
and other people may be dealing with the same issue. So I do have my phone here just to be able to look down and read the comment. But before we do that, make sure you leave a like or a comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and join our community we're building here of like-minded people who just enjoy love and enjoy people deciding what their future is going to be regardless of society's standards.
Right.
So here's the comment. I'm going to read it to you guys. Okay, so actually I'm going to let Keith read the comment. Here you go. Here's the comment here.
How did his family accept you? How did your family accept him? So, I responded to this comment very briefly when we were going through the comments, and, you know, basically made a broad overview of how it took some time, but I think everyone's pretty accepting. But I wanted to get a little bit more in detail as to the things we've had to deal with, so you don't feel like you're alone if you're going through that similar situation, or so you'll have some guidance if you will be going through that situation. Right.
Okay, so when we started dating, there really wasn't any open judgment from my standpoint. I can't really speak to Keith's standpoint. He'll speak to that in his own time, but I dated men older than me before, so it wasn't really a shock, I would say, that we were dating. I don't know what my hair is doing right there. So it wasn't really a shock that I was dating someone older than me. So when we initially started dating, it was like, oh, okay. I will say there was some, wow, he's older than you dated before, but not really a shock. What would you say?
Well, you're the first one I've ever dated that was real younger than me, you know, but not, I would say I wasn't shocked. I was surprised that you would date someone 30 years older than you. That's what I was really shocked about.
And what about your family or friends?
Well, my friends said nothing. They're all cool with it. It's I've only had one family member that seems to be at it out with it, but I'm sure she'll come around. You know, it is what it is. I mean, we're together, and that's what it's going to be. So I did experience, I'm not going to say everything on my end was rainbows and sunshine. Once we decided to become more serious, I did experience some pushback from an unexpected source. And I'm not going to say any names or anything because they're our family and or friends. And so we're not trying to bash anyone or anything like that. People are entitled to their opinion and their feelings, and I know that a lot of it normally comes from a place of love, and they feel that they may be protecting you from making a mistake or somebody taking advantage of you. So there's no anger or anything in this video. It's just informative. So I did experience some pushback from an unexpected source on my end once we decided to become more serious, and it really became a stressful situation. My takeaway from that is just to try not to get angry. Try to understand that that person, especially if it's a family member and a close family member, that person is feeling like they are protecting you, right? Yeah.
Or they're feeling like they are seeing something you may not see. So it's one thing that my takeaway from that situation with this very close person was.
to not get angry and to try to see it from their point of view, but also know that if you are in this relationship, you know what's going on. That other person may not know everything, and they should not know. They shouldn't know everything that happens in your relationship, but you know what's going on, and you make the best decision for yourself as long as you are an adult.
Right.
We're not telling anyone who is underage to go against their parents or anything like that and date someone much older. That's not what I'm saying, but someone that is of legal consenting age, whatever that may be in your state or country. Know that you have to make the indecision for what is best in your life, and you have to live with the consequences of that. One thing my mother always used to say, and still says to this day, it's not the choices that we make in life, it is the consequences of the choices that we make in life that are hard to deal with. So definitely just know that you make that decision and you'll deal with the consequences, whether they be good or bad. That's my story. So Keith, I know Keith talked about him having no knowledge of any friends and very little knowledge of family who has an issue with our relationship.
Right.
But maybe you can tell them, like, if you were giving your advice to like a friend who was in our situation who did have like family friction or something.
Just follow your own intuitions and you know, make decisions on your own. I mean, granted, if it's a parent or something, I mean, I would listen to them. You know, you always want to listen to your parent, but if it's a friend that you're giving advice to, or they trying to give you advice, or whatever, vice versa, whatever, just, you know, tell them to follow their heart and make the decisions on what they feel is right, not on what other people are telling them. You know, you have to follow your heart, is what you have to do in a relationship, any relationship. You don't know if they're going to last. I mean, you don't know, we don't know what tomorrow's going to hold.
Any relationship,
you know?
It's like that.
We just don't know. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow, or the next day, or the day after that.
Right.
But you just have to strive on and hope that your relationship works out for the best.
Correct. Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I feel about it. Mm-hmm. Hope y'all feel the same.
Yeah, I think I would say that too. Only I would tweak it probably a little bit, not necessarily saying don't listen to your parent if they are the one who's giving you the pushback, because you have to remember your parent is older than you.
Well, I'm not saying don't listen to them. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, you know, weigh your decision with your parents' advice carefully.
A little differently, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
right.
A little differently.
Majorly differently, not a little differently. Compared to, say, a friend's advice.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
all right, yeah. I'll get what you're saying.
I'd weigh the parents' advice with more weight than my friend's advice.
Okay.
Is what I mean by that.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. So, all in all, guys, I think what me and Keith are trying to relay to you is it's going to be difficult, because these people are probably going to be people who you trust and you love, and you know they trust and love you. But at the end of the day, weigh your options and make your decision based on what's best for you in that situation, and how you feel with that person, and how you feel your connection is with that person, regardless of age. We wanted to sit down and do this video because we get that question. We've gotten it in our comment section, we've gotten it in our direct messages on Instagram, so we wanted to make a video because it seemed like something that a lot of people wanted the answer to from our viewpoint. If you have any other suggestions, leave them in the comment box below so we can keep the conversation going, because we think this is a really big topic.
And whether it's an age gap, same age, interracial, any kind of relationship, it takes a 50-50 work on both parts to make it work.
Right.
You know, you have to communicate. Mm-hmm. You have to give and take a little bit. You just can't, you know, expect everything to work without working at the relationship for it to work.
Right. Meaning don't run away just because it's a little bit difficult.
Right.
Any relationship is going to work. So don't think that it's strictly because of your age gap or your difference. That there's differences because you're two different people.
That's right. That's right.
So there isn't going to be much editing in this video. There aren't going to be much bells and whistles. We will ask you guys to subscribe, like, leave comments below like I said earlier, and find us on Instagram. Send us some messages. We love to hear from you guys. We love to hear your questions. And
we definitely want to hear from you down below. So comment below.
Yeah,
please.
So comment down below and like, because it helps us out a lot. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. Bye-bye.